Hello folks, today I'm going to be taking a look at Olmec Games' Ulaya Chronicles Raptor Claw Island board game. Okay, so Raptor Claw Island. This is the Kickstarter version. I'm not sure how different it will be from the retail one. There is an additional deck of cards. If I flip it over, you can see what you get in the box, which is everything to play out the Raptor Claw Island narrative for the Ulaya Chronicles. So all the card components, the map, the terrain, standees, tokens and dice. I will say this is an incredibly dense box. I've seen boxes bigger than this that don't weigh as much, so they've packed a lot in here, and it's mostly card and paper. So if I just pop the top off. First things first, really nicely packed. Often decks of cards and the like are just left to slide around inside. So you can see it will all arrive without being beaten to death by the post. Let's just debox everything and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Before we get into the books, there is a double-sided mat, which is absolutely gorgeous. It looks to be about 24 inches by 32 inches. And on one side, you've got a sort of a marshy or swampy area, small bits of land, a lot of water. Absolutely stunning illustrations on it. On the other side, we have a riverbank running through a larger piece of land. It's a good quality mat for paper. It's excellent quality. It's nice thick stock and finished with like a matte varnish finish on it. So as you can see there, it's not reflecting a huge amount of light, so you can really see all the details that have been put in there. There are some small markings on it, so you can see the sort of crosses and dots for the center point, which would be required for some scenarios. So mat aside, you get two books. The first is the Rulebook. If you're not familiar with the Drowned Earth, this game takes place in the Drowned Earth, but it's like a stripped down version of the rules. So you can see here the actual turn structure. It is a solo or cooperative game, so you're playing against an AI, although the pieces in it can be used for the Drowned Earth, which can be played adversarially. The book itself is beautifully illustrated throughout. Lots of clear, clean text with plenty of diagrams explaining exactly what they mean, which is what you want in life. You also see there are QR codes scattered throughout it to redirect you to videos and explanations in more detail. Now, I believe they are not up yet, but they will be up prior to this coming to retail. So there's already a few videos out there of how to play Ulaya Chronicles. I believe Justin played one with James himself. Have to love those big dinos. The second book is the sort of meat and potatoes of the game. This is a much chunkier affair because this is your narrative story. Again, well illustrated, explains how you use the book, what you're doing with it. Those dots and crosses for setting up terrain and objectives and that sort of thing, so you're not having to measure everything. You can just go via those. So setup should be very simple. The campaign decks we'll get to in a moment, but they are played in a specific order. And how to play through the game then. So the storyline that you're going to be logging is your own. As you play through, your companions can level up in various ways depending on how you feel. And the scenarios themselves, like I say, narrative based. you'll run into dinosaurs, you'll run into pirates, but like a sort of a choose your own adventure style game, you don't want to be reading ahead because it will ruin the story when you do so. And then we have our card components. So like I say, these are standees. There are a lot, if not all, of the standees can be replaced with actual miniatures from the Drowned Earth. So if you want an actual hunking dinosaur to be rampaging through your post-apocalyptic wasteland, then you can. Cardstock is good 2 mil. Nice linen finish on it. So semi-matte or satin. And again, the quality of the print and components is absolutely spot on. It's all double-sided. There are 4 sheets giving you all the tokens and paraphernalia you will need to play out the game. Laser bridges, don't switch them off. Here we can see some of our heroes. Again, really crisp printing on them. And also the terrain has the effects it will give you printed onto them as well, so you don't have to constantly refer to a book. I say 4 sheets. Apparently there are 5. I can't count. And we have a futuristic airboat. So that is the card component and book side. And then there's actually the decks themselves to play out the game. And we'll just tighten in for those. Alright, first up are the campaign decks, which I'm not going to be opening because I'm not going to spoil it. So one deck contains your first 7 scenarios. Second deck contains the second 7 scenarios. They are printed and packed in an order. You do not want these to go out of order. So when you're playing, it will tell you how many cards to take from the deck and then stop. And then those are the cards you use to play, so you don't know what's coming next. So we'll set those campaign decks to one side. The first sort of deck proper. This is your characters. So you have a set of reference cards, one for each player if you're playing with multiple players. So a set for everyone. And then we have the actual character cards themselves. So we have our marksman, brawler, tough, and scout. And as you can see, they are a variety of species, I suppose, in the future. All of the cards are linen finished. They are standard card sizes, so 63 by 82. And again, that sort of linen finish, so good quality cardstock. They also have a focused side, which you can maintain during the game. And also, as you can see there, if you take damage, you flip the card back, so you're no longer focused. So those are heroes. We also have the various people you'll encounter, so bosses for the pirates themselves, crew and the like, and then our dinosaurs. And again, those are all also double-sided, giving you their movement and special effects and attacks. So all handy to keep track of there. And then there's the 2 half decks or mini decks. So we have this larger of the 2, which is actually how you level up your characters when you're playing. So there's a set of 14 cards for each. of the different types. So your marksman, your brawler, your scout. So as and when you unlock abilities, you can choose which ones to take. So you may want to go for thermo optic scope or a shimmer shield, depending on your playstyle and what you encounter. So those are a nice little addition. It also means whenever you have leveled up, you can take out the specific cards and keep them with your character card in your log, so you know exactly what you've got. The second, slightly smaller deck is the part of the AI system, because you are playing against the pirates and the various dinosaurs, and this just gives you their responses. So what are they going to do in their turn? Are they going to come charging at you or run away or knock you down? That sort of thing. Again, these are standard mini card size, so half the size of a standard, being around 63 by 43 millimeters. So getting card sleeves and the like is very easy, although they're good finish on them, so they're not a necessity. And then we have the dice. So 3 dice. The orange dice is the feat dice with the little symbol there. You're attempting to roll under your attribute score. So when you're rolling, you'll roll against the target number, and you'll roll your attribute die and your feat die. Then you compare it to your attribute result or your target number. So let's say it was 6, you'd roll them both. In this case, I would have succeeded on the attribute but failed on the feat. So it's still a pass. If you pass on both, it's a better thing. If you actually get the feat result, it's better again. If you fail on both, then it's a blunder. So a very simple system, which is, like I say, is a stripped down version from the Drowned Earth. So if you already play the Drowned Earth, getting into this is very easy, or this makes an excellent stepping stone up. And then this is the frenzy die, I believe. So when things are attacking you, they're rolling a single die, or rather you're rolling for them. You do not want to see the little Raptor Claw pop up, because that's a bad day. It even beats the feat. So you can be accosted in that way. And then this is the last piece, bar the bases. Like I say, this was an addition that they tacked in because the event happened and slowed down production. So the Kickstarter's a little bit later than they expected. So this is an apology for the Kickstarter backers. I don't know if it will be in the retail version as well. It may be that there are going to be copies out there until people buy through them. But this includes profile cards to use your existing Drowned Earth collection in the Ulaya Chronicles, so you can sort of make up your own scenarios or change up what you're facing, be it on the aggressive side or on the hero side. So you can pull those characters you already have sitting painted across, or you can take the standees or the models that they represent in this game. For example, there's the pirate boss, and use her in the Drowned Earth. So it's sort of expanding what you can do with the contents of the box, and showing the cross-compatibility between Drowned Earth and the Ulaya Chronicles. So there we have it, the Raptor Claw Island board game from Olmec. Really interesting concept, the sort of stripped down version of the Drowned Earth, but still in the same universe, so you can use your miniatures in Ulaya Chronicles or out in the Drowned Earth. So it's a great way of introducing people to it. I like the fact they've gone with a sort of a one and done. Here's your box. In it are all the standees and bits and pieces you need to play out the narrative campaign there, which just adds a bit more to the world of the Drowned Earth as well. So it's worth checking out. Also, when you see this, there'll be a few days left on the Kickstarter, which is just a PDF upgrade, not upgrade, a PDF supplement for the Raptor Claw Island box. So if you already have it, you can pick yourself up a 5 new adventures story where you actually play the pirates instead of the survivors and the diners this time. So adding a little bit of extra content for your games of the Ulaya Chronicles. But let me know what you think below. If you're a big Drowned Earth fan as well, have you picked this up? Until next time, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.